Hello, my beautiful people. So, I am here with you tonight because the energy has been a little, let's call it, wonky today. Everybody who I talk to is a little, I don't really know what's going on. So, I decided it's late. I've been working all day. It's been a glorious day. Talked to a lot of great people, met some great people, had fun with my colleagues. It was a beautifully fun day. Now I'm home and I don't even know what time it is. It's late. I have to be back up and out tomorrow morning early. But I really felt like it was important to take a minute and pop on here, say hello, because it's been a little while. I've been kind of shifting, and we'll see. So I am going to use the enchanted map, because can't we all use a map? And let us see what kinds of things the cards want us to know. Funny, usually I would shuffle, and yet today, right now, I just felt the urge to just fan them. And not the urge, I just started fanning them. So I'm hearing one card and then two. Okay, so the one card is stuck in the mud. Are we a little stuck in the mud, perhaps? It is a giant elephant with a bird atop his back and a sliver of a moon in the sky, which is funny because right now there is a sliver of the moon in the sky. But although it says stuck in the mud, if you look at the photo, he's actually getting out of the mud. His foot is climbing out of the mud. He's climbing out of the mud. I feel like we should open the book and see what it says. And I opened to home. Let us see. La la la. Stuck in the mud. You are being invited to stop. Ooh. Stop and savor the wonder of your life. Okay. Let us read what it says. Becoming stuck is sometimes the only way to trick yourself into slowing down and looking around you. In fact, this is a sign that you need to shift your focus away from where you're going, what you're doing rather, and place your attention elsewhere. Struggling will only get you even muddier. Now is the time to move. Now is not the time to move forward. Stop it. But to observe. It is interesting. For a few people that I have spoken to quite recently, within the last couple of days, have spoken about feeling like there's a decision that needs to be made, and yet the time is just not quite right to make the decision. Perhaps more information needs to be gathered. Perhaps there's just a missing piece or some sort of like fog or veil. Makes me think of a photo that a friend of mine posted on Facebook this morning. Chris, fabulous picture. And it was a picture that he took out his window, and there was like frost on the window, but looking at the picture, the frost just created this haze that was almost just a perfect silhouette to the tree that was in the back. It was just literally one of the most beautiful pictures that I've seen in a very long time. And perhaps it's something like that, where it's just right there. You can almost taste it. But it's not quite time. Not quite time. A much better adventure awaits you. You will know when it is time to embark upon it. What did I just say? I love it. All right. And now, so that was the one. And now this is the 2. And it's interesting because I put them both down upside down. And I purposefully, when I took them out of the deck, if you notice, the way I turned them, I realized when I did it that I had changed their direction. So that's a message in and of itself, right? Changing direction. And here is how I put them down. And again, you know that I wasn't looking. So we can't quite see what this is. Again, you know, what we were just talking about something not being quite clear yet. And we have wide open and storm fields. Well then. Well then. What do we have here? And that is how they were. Fields. Wide open. Ooh. I love it. Wide open fields. Right? Okay. So that card just went flying out of my hand and across the floor. And left me with storm fields. Okay. It is funny because in the world of technology and to make the picture bigger, I have the urge to do that right about there. So it is funny. But looking at this path, it is a checkered path. Some of us have a checkered past. But there's flowers blooming, and there's a bumblebee at the flowers, and I see 2 birds flying, and little mushrooms, it looks like, 3 of them. And it's just fun. And even though there's a storm, it's funny, okay, I just realized what's happening. It's the reflection of the light behind me. Even though the storm is right there where it looks like it could take the house, it could leave the house. It's not touching the house yet, but it's right there where it's right on top of the house. And then you got the 2 birds and the sun to the right, which is the future. And I just noticed the card is number 9, which typically means the end of a cycle. So whatever it is, and we've got Pluto that just moved into Aquarius from Capricorn for the first time in 20 years. He's been in the same sign. And he's going to be in Aquarius for 20 years. So, ish. I'm not an astrologer, nor do I claim to be. But I listen to some really good ones. Braca and Pam Gregory. Love them. We're safe, always. Like, the gods have our back. And I truly believe that to the core of my being. Like, the gods always have my back. And that's one of my constant affirmations. The gods always have my back. And that shows. But I will say that sometimes, and I've experienced it in my own life, sometimes your life is so far off course that the only way to bring it back to center is the tearing down of old structures to make room for the new. It's like cleaning out your closet for spring. When you lose weight, when you gain weight, when you change weights, why don't we just say that? When you change, sometimes we just change. We don't like that style anymore. It's just not who we are anymore. And yet we have cluttered closets of stuff that we don't wear. And it's the same with our emotions, and it's the same with a lot of different things in our lives. Sometimes thoughts and beliefs. And we need the wind of change to come through and clean that shit up to make room for something new so that we too, like these birds, fly free upon the wind with the sun shining at their back. I am excited. I am excited for spring. I am excited for whatever it is that the winds of change are bringing into our lives, for the gods always have my back. and for whatever is in the best and highest good of all is for what I pray. Be blessed. I love you all. Bye. Peace out.